Genesis 42. Joseph said to them on the third day, "Do this, and you shall live. For I am a God-fearing man. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers be held in prison where you are, while the rest of you go and take home rations for your starving households. But you must bring me your youngest brother, that your words may be verified, and that you may not die." They did accordingly. And they said to one another, "Alas, we are being punished on account of our brother, because we looked on at his anguish, yet paid no heed as he pleaded with us. That is why this distress has come upon us." Reuben spoke up and said to them, "Did I not tell you, do no wrong to the boys? But you paid no heed. Now comes the reckoning for his blood." They did not know that Joseph understood, for there was an interpreter between him and them. He turned away from them and wept. Then he returned to them and spoke to them. And he took Simeon from them and had him bound before their eyes. Joseph gave orders to fill their bags with grain, to return each man's money to his sack, and to give them provisions for the journey. This was done for them. They loaded their grain on their donkeys and left. As one of them opened his sack to give his donkey fodder at the night encampment, he saw his money, it was at the mouth of his pack. He said to his brothers, "My money has been returned. Here it is in my pack." Their hearts sank, trembling. They turned to one another, saying, "What is this that God has done to us?" When they came to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan, they told him all that had happened to them, saying, "The man who is lord of the country spoke harshly to us and accused us of spying on the land. But we said to him, 'We are honest men. We have never been spies. We are 12 brothers, sons of our father. One is no more, and the youngest is now with our father in the land of Canaan.' But the man who is lord of the country said to us, 'By this I shall know that you are honest men. Leave one of your brothers with me, and take something for your starving households and be off, and bring your youngest brother to me. Then I shall know that you are not spies, but honest men. I will then restore your brother to you, and you shall be free to move about in the land.' As they were emptying their sacks, there in each one's sack was his money bag. When they and their father saw their money bags, they were dismayed. Their father Jacob said to them, 'You have bereaved me of my children. Joseph is no more, and Simeon is no more, and now you would take away Benjamin. It is upon me that it all comes.' Then Reuben said to his father, 'You may kill my 2 sons if I do not bring him back to you. Put him in my care, and I will return him to you.' But he said, 'My son must not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he alone is left. If he meets with disaster on the journey you are taking, you will send my white head down to Sheol in sorrow.'" Psalm 50. "But to the wicked God says, 'What right have you to recite my statutes, to take my covenant on your lips? You hate my discipline, and cast my words behind you. When you see a thief, you befriend him, and you keep company with adulterers. You loose your tongue for evil. Your tongue frames deceit. You sit and speak against your brother, slandering your mother's son. You do these things, and I am silent. You thought I was just like you, but now I rebuke you and charge you to consider this, you who forget God, lest I tear you apart, with none to rescue you. He who sacrifices a thanksgiving offering honors me, and to him who follows the way that is ordained, I will show the salvation of God." Proverbs 22:17-21. "Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your mind to my knowledge, for it will be pleasant if you keep them within you, that they may be ready on your lips, so that your trust may be in the Lord. I have taught you today, even you. Have I not written to you excellent things, of counsels and knowledge, to make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you may correctly answer him who sent you?" Luke 19:28-44. After Jesus had said these things, he was going on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. When he approached Bethphage and Bethany, near the mountain that is called Olivet, he sent 2 of the disciples, saying, "Go into the village ahead of you. There, as you enter, you will find a colt tied on which no one yet has ever sat. Untie it and bring it here. And if anyone asks you, 'Why are you untying it?' you shall say, 'The Lord has need of it.'" So those who were sent left and found it just as he had told them. As they were untying the colt, its owner said to them, "Why are you untying the colt?" They said, "The Lord has need of it." They brought it to Jesus, and they threw their coats on the colt and put Jesus on it. As he was going, they were spreading their coats on the road. As soon as he was approaching, near the descent of the Mount of Olives, the whole crowd of the disciples began to praise God joyfully with a loud voice for all the miracles which they had seen, shouting, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest." Some of the Pharisees in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, rebuke your disciples." But Jesus answered, "I tell you, if these become silent, the stones will cry out." John 12:19. On the next day, the large crowd who had come to the feast, when they heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem, took the branches of the palm trees and went out to meet him, and began shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, even the King of Israel." Then Jesus, finding a young donkey, sat on it, as it is written, "Fear not, daughter of Zion. Behold, your king is coming, seated on a donkey's colt." These things his disciples did not understand at the first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things were written of him, and that they had done these things to him. So the people who were with him when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from the dead continued to testify about him. For this reason also the people went and met him, because they heard that he had performed this sign. So the Pharisees said to one another, "You see that you are not doing any good. Look, the world has gone after him.